All rise. The court will now hear the case, United States versus Raymond Reddington. Case number CR 183656, with Magistrate Judge Roberta Wilkins presiding. Your Honor, Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Sema represents the United States. Jerome Lonigan from the Office of the Federal Public Defender is here for the accused. We are waiving the reading of the rights and charges, but not the rights the defendant is under. The government, considering the defendant's history, requests that he be remanded. The court will set the next hearing for 1 month from today. A month seems appropriate, Your Honor. Thank you. Your Honor, may I speak? I wouldn't advise that, Mr. Reddington. You have legal counsel. I strongly suggest you let him speak on your behalf. I would, Your Honor. But there's no denying that things are moving rather swiftly, and it feels like Jerry here is in a bit of a rush to wrap this up. Excuse me, are we moving too quickly for you, Mr. Reddington? I'm just pointing out that there are some crucial matters that need to be addressed. For instance, Your Honor hasn't fully considered the issue of bail yet. Sir, let's be clear here. You've been a federal fugitive for nearly 3 decades. You've been on the FBI's most wanted list for years. You are the textbook definition of a flight risk and a significant danger to the public. No, let me make myself perfectly clear. Even if you were prepared to offer every last dollar circulating in the world today, I still wouldn't grant you bail. Not ever. Okay, well, at least I feel a bit better knowing the court has considered that. Anything else? I'm afraid so. May we approach the bench?
Carefully.
Stay put, Jerry. This will only take a second. Look at my face, Mr. Reddington. Do I look like I'm amused by this? And I assure you, I am not. But here's the fact. The prosecution has intentionally failed to bring to light a critical detail in this case. And that detail is my immunity agreement with the federal government. An agreement that clearly covers the charges against me and protects me from overzealous prosecutors like Mr. Sema and his superiors. Good Lord. Your confidential informant, Mr. Sema? If there's any such agreement, I certainly haven't seen a shred of evidence to back it up. That's hardly a denial, Mr. Reddington. Now, is there anything at all you can present to this court to confirm the existence of your immunity agreement? Yes. Actually, Assistant Director Harold Cooper of the FBI is present and can certainly clarify things. Mr. Cooper, please step forward. Now, Mr. Cooper, I'm going to ask you this only once. To the best of your knowledge, is there currently an immunity agreement between the federal government and this defendant? Yes or no? Yes. Chambers, all of you now.
Now you speak.
I run a task force, officially non-existent, and its sole purpose is to arrest high-priority targets using intelligence gathered from Mr. Reddington. So, what we have here is the federal government making a deal with the very devil himself. But shouldn't judges at least pretend to be impartial, Your Honor? As I stated earlier, if such a deal exists— Oh, it exists, Harold. You and I have been involved in this for over 5 years now. Of course, some of the people who first approved it are either dead or have moved on. So now, Director Cooper is left to manage the aftermath, dealing with a new crowd who are more than happy to continue exploiting me until I'm used up and discarded. I'm sure the first question they asked when I was arrested was whether I could still be an effective asset while locked up in prison. Am I right, Harold? Mr. Cooper, please inform your superiors at Maine Justice that I am calling for a hearing on the scope of the agreement. And I expect a copy of the full contract on my desk today. I cannot rule on a contract that I've never seen. Understood? Good. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Mr. Reddington, you have an attorney out there who has no idea what he's gotten himself into. I suggest you explain things to him. Actually, Your Honor, I don't think that will be necessary. Why is that? Because, after giving it much thought and carefully considering all of the circumstances, I've come to the conclusion that it's far more prudent for me to represent myself in this matter.